start by restarting here. All right, we're at.
Just give me a countdown whenever you start.
Oh yeah, sure. All right, so we're at Real Gamer Hours here. So we're ready for like a real gamer's game right here. So this is Barbie for the NES. There's a lot to explain, I promise. But we'll skip through the really revelatory cutscenes and get straight to the action here. So we'll get started here in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so yeah, that's her jump sound. I don't apologize for it. It's not the greatest sound I've ever heard, but it's important to the lore. So, the lore is that so let's start at the beginning. We play as Barbie of Barbie fame, and she's had a long day. You know, she has to like shop at stores and have lunch with friends and stuff, and so she's like, oh, it's late at night, I'm reading my book about mermaids, and now I'm going to sleep. So we're in her dream. That's why you see those Z's. So those Z's are her health. If she runs out of Z's, she wakes up, and that's a game over. And we have 3 continues. So this is the first of 3 worlds. We are dreaming about being in a shopping mall. We're going to feed this kitty, and the kitty is going to kill the beach ball dispenser. So yeah, the kitty will hit the beach ball dispenser 3 times, and yeah, I guess that's the first level of the game. And is there a volume issue? Because I can kind of fix it.
I'll check. Give me one second.
I don't know. But anyway, so let's talk about the mechanics of the game now that we're familiar with the lore. Barbie cannot interact with the game directly, anything in the game directly. She has to throw these charms that you see here. Okay, this is not great. Okay, we're fine now. We'll just do this nice and slow. Just take it easy. We're killing this dancing ghost body or whatever. So we're gonna go into this warp. This warp was found by, we don't know. The person who ever found this warp refuses to take credit for it. It was found as part of one of the big 20 races. And literally nobody is taking credit for it. We really want to find out, but we don't know. Anyway, so that warp saves 5 seconds over the warp that was found by the TAS, and saves 20 seconds over having no warp at all. So, yes. So let's start at the beginning here. Barbie cannot interact with her surroundings. She has to use these 3 charms in the bottom left corner of your screen. We have 3 of them. We have that X charm. The X charm kind of stops things, which we don't do in speedruns, because, you know, we gotta go fast. That's invincibility we don't need. This looks very fancy, but I've basically, with those strategic stops, I basically set up the level so that it looks really fancy, but it's just literally holding right and doing nothing else. So the left and right charm that we've been using, don't want to get Barbie's shoes wet there. And, cool. And then the question mark one, the left right charm makes platforms move like that, so like, it made the kitty move left to right, and it made like the toucan turn into an infinite platform, that kind of stuff. And then the question mark charm does things. We'll revisit that later in the run. The other big mechanic in this game is the health route. The health route's really important for this level here. So I needed to come out of that previous level with at least 7 health so I could damage boost through all of these fountains, because waiting for each one costs 10 seconds. Damage boosting and health route in general is a really big part of the run. That's a pizza. And then we go up and over, and there's a pizza, and that's a pizza. And then we grab that health, and then that's a pizza. Oh, that's a pizza. And now we're gonna come up on the thing with the worst hitbox in the entire game, which is this red toucan. This red toucan, see, his beak has no hitbox. His butt has no hitbox. It's like a 3-pixel wide area right there. Heck, I lost 5 seconds because of bad hitboxes just now. Wow. So yeah, so the health route is a big part of this game. This is a child's game, so they really are very, very insistent No, we're dreaming. We're dreaming. So if she loses all her Z's, she wakes up, and then we game over. Yes, so health routing. So this is a children's game, so they really are insistent on giving you lots and lots of health. And that's the end of the first world. We have these unskippable cutscenes, so this is usually where we just chill and relax, have a sip of water, sip of Gatorade, whatever you need to, stay hydrated. So yeah, so health routing, there's lots and lots of health per level, so we've basically routed out the game's health really precisely, so we know exactly which healths to get, which healths to not go out of our way for, which enemies to boost through, that kind of stuff. So that was the first world. Now let's go to the beach. So she says let's go to the beach. What she meant to say was, hey, I want to be a mermaid now. Why is she a mermaid? Because her book that she read before going to sleep was about mermaids. Who reads about mermaids? I don't know. But that's how it is. So the game so far had kind of been, it's kind of like a mosey. It's not like a speed run. It's kind of like a speed strut, a speed like power strut. I'm gonna take the really, really safe route here and get extra health everywhere, so we don't run into deaths or anything. But now, there's no run button in the game, for example. A is jump and B is throw. But now, we can mash. So it might be coming over my my microphone or not, but basically Barbie will basically go as fast as you mash, up to 8 hits a second. I don't particularly care to mash that fast, so I don't really want to. This shell is super trolly. It's like sub-pixel on whether you can skip it or not. You saw this live at AGDQ. I raced it at AGDQ with my friend Kajink. That was a lot of fun. I did really badly in that race, but that's okay, because it was fun. So this is an auto scroller, right? And so when you first play this game, first of all, the task collects all of those starfish, which is great. So when you're first playing this game, you're like, oh my god, I have to avoid all of these turtles. Everything else in the level hurt me. Like little air bubbles hurt me, and little pearls hurt me, and little seashells hurt me. But the turtles do not hurt you, so you are entirely invulnerable for this entire auto scroller. And in fact, when there's too many turtles on screen, your red mermaid dress starts to disappear. This is the second half of the water stage. It's also a maze, kind of like the coral maze, but it's like a wind. It's like a tide maze. It doesn't. You just kind of fart around and you figure it out pretty quickly. You just kind of mash through it. This going up to the dolphin here, like I do, is called Risky Dolphin. It saves almost no time at all, and the downside is you lose many seconds if you miss. And this is the jellyfish. You just hit the lock 3 times, and the jellyfish dies. And the king and queen crab are free, and Barbie takes her rightful place on the throne as the mermaid queen. And that's World 2. So that was World 2. So we have finished. Yeah, Kajink runs Lion King, yeah. She does. She actually has a very... Yeah, hey, you have a good time too. Anyway. So we are done with World 2, so now we're gonna go to a soda shop. Soda shops haven't existed since the 50s, I know you might ask. And that would be very astute of you. Because, as it turns out, this is going to take place in a soda shop from the 50s. So, you see we're wearing a poodle skirt, and you're gonna see that soda costs 10 cents. So now we're just basically, okay, so this is a tea skip. I didn't get it. So those giant teacups that are life-size with the steam, obviously they hurt you. But you can get up onto the side of that, on the side of the teacup, there's 2 pixels of safe space there. And so if you get up on those 2 pixels, then you don't lose health. The upside of the T-skip is you lose time, but you save health, and the downside is you lose health, but you also still lose that time. So there's no upside. I just like to do it for swag during marathon runs. I didn't get either of them, but that's okay. Yeah. So a thing of note is that we did switch to the question mark block for the dolphin, that little dolphin grab that we had at the end of the previous stage there. Oh boy, this is going real slow. That's okay. This guy's gonna do a quick turnaround, so it's gonna hurt me. Yeah. Precisely what I expected. So maybe I can get this T-skip. No, I will not. Just wait. Alright. So what's supposed to happen here is you're supposed to put all of the things you've learned from the previous 2 stages together, and you're supposed to like use all of your wits to like move stuff around to give you health from all of these different places and to shut off the faucets. But easier still is to just tank all the hits and grab more health. So that's what we do. That little guy is very cute, little soda pop. That's a safety health that you get sometimes when you're low on health, like I was just now. 10 cents for coffee. Yes, this takes place in the 50s, so that's why. I mean, it's like her brain in the 50s. It's Barbie's dreams. 10-cent Java, 5-cent milk. This is a drippy soda fountain. We must kill it to progress, so we're gonna do so. We're gonna take advantage of how the boss screens transitions, and so we can throw things during screen transitions and kill part of the boss before. All right, we got both of them, so we can do this fast. So I killed 2 of the 5 faucets before the entire boss loaded in, so that makes it much faster. We're gonna kind of do the same thing on this boss that comes in as well. So this might look a lot like the fish level from earlier, because it's the same exact pattern. It's just fries, giant fries. This is giant burger stage. I like to. This is the Toad 22484 stage. He like burger. You get eat by burger. You get hit by burger. So the burgers can crush you and kill you. I'm gonna grab a burger health. So sometimes burgers give you health, like there. So burgers are good for you. Ergo, burgers are good for you. And let's see. So that was that stage. It's pretty simple. All right. So coming up towards the end of the game here, thick shakes. Thick shakes means, I guess, ice cream sundae. So each one of these scoops takes 4 hits to kill. There's a thick shakes. The thick shakes are unavoidable hits, so you just run into it. So yeah, so that's part of the health route. Well, there you go. So that's the end of the boss. This is the worst stage in the game. This is a precision platforming stage. You can see underneath, that's a conveyor belt. If you fall on it, you go back to the beginning of the stage in very painstaking fashion. So we're gonna try to avoid that. That was the baby skip. That's a 3-pixel jump. Saves half a second over landing on that tiny little baby note. That baby note is 5 pixels wide. So now we just keep going here. Try not to fall. We fell. That's exactly what happened at AGDQ, actually. It's exactly what happened to me at GDQ. I should have just waited a little bit longer to jump. So we get to see the whole level over again, so you guys are welcome. More content for y'all. Extra content. So the thing here is, once this happens to you in a no reset like scenario, like a marathon, it's really easy for you to spiral. So I'm gonna try not to spiral by taking it extra safe. So that's like the sissy way of doing that part of it, instead of trying to jump over it. All right, and we'll just do it again. No big deal. That's why this level is why the estimate is so generous. 15-minute estimate. My PB in this game is 12:18. Unbelievable. That one hasn't happened in a long time. That's one of those things. So now you guys kind of understand why this is the worst level in the game. Luckily, we should still be in plenty of time to get under estimate, and I'm also doomed to never have a good run of this in a marathon, which is fine. I just like showing it off to people.
This looks extremely punishing.
Yeah, it's especially for like a first playthrough as an adult. Imagine being like a, let's say, 8-year-old girl that this was bought for. This would be very frustrating, I would say. I want to give a shout out to like the Barbie community, I guess. There's like 25 runs on this board, which is way more than it should be. So coming up is the final boss of the game. It's a jukebox. It's the coins outside of a jukebox, so just be ready on time. Okay. So we need to have these coins spinning at a specific speed all at the same time. So we're gonna use a little glitch here. And time. Underestimate. Woo! That's all I cared about. That's all you ever care about in a run. But that is why
That's
we have
fine.
such a generous estimate for a game that's as short as this is. The little glitch there was if you walk off a ledge on either of those ledges with the coins on them, the coin gains max speed for 1 frame. And so if the other 2 coins are spinning at a good enough speed, then you can finish the game early that way. That actually was found by Toad by accident. So that was a glitch we found on accident. We now have assembled, so the 3 worlds, you have to assemble the 3 pieces of your beautiful outfit. So you got the dress in the first world, and you got the tiara in the second world, and then you get the shoes in the third world. And now you're beautiful, and you are now reunited with Ken. And you'll see weird 8-bit Ken show up there. He has very nice hair.
Oh boy.
He looks very good. It's okay because it's a really happy ending here.
This scene is just
It's
beautiful.
inspiring. It's so good. It really rewards you for finishing the game.
And it's really laggy, it looks like.
Oh yeah, no, this is terribly laggy. It's the only lag in the whole game though. And yeah, that's it. That's the game. Thanks for having me, y'all. I'm really happy I could help out with this. And have a great rest of
Absolutely.
your marathon, guys.